Swiggity swag, what's in the bag? Jay here. I'm bringing you guys another top 5 video, and this week I am bringing you guys my top 5 fairy type Pokemon as of right now in Pokemon X and Y. Keep in mind that this list is fully opinionated, so you do not need to agree with my opinion, but as long as you respect my opinion, I will respect yours. And if you do not agree with my opinion, please leave your own top 5 fairy type Pokemon down in the comment section below. But not only that, be sure to vote for next week's top 5. It is between grass and water, and last week it actually was a really close vote between grass and fairy, but fairy actually pulled through with just a few more votes. So let's see how grass type fares against water type, because I know water type is actually like the most dominant type in the game. And before I forget, there's no gameplay footage in this video. I apologize. So let's go. So coming in at number 5 in this top 5 list is Slurpuff, and Slurpuff is on my list because it's like a cake. I like food. I really like food, and this thing just looks delicious. I mean, is that bad to say that this Pokemon actually looks good enough to eat? Because it really does look good enough to eat. It looks like it has like a little cherry on top, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just a good looking Pokemon. When I say good looking, I mean it looks delicious. It looks like I want to actually genuinely eat this Pokemon, because it's a cupcake essentially. I see it as a cupcake and it just looks delicious. But not only that, Slurpuff is actually really good if you actually use it right. This thing gets access to Unburden and Belly Drum. Okay, I've seen and I've personally used a Belly Drum, Citrus Berry, Unburden Slurpuff, and it wrecks house. It gets access to Play Rough, it gets access to Return, it gets access to the moves like Thief and all that fun stuff, and it just wrecks house, especially in NU. I haven't really seen it in the higher tiers because, you know, no one really runs it in the higher tiers, because to be completely honest, if you're gonna try to run one in maybe, let's say, OU for example, Azumarill probably does a better job than Slurpuff, just because Azumarill gets Stab, and it has a second typing of water, so then it hits a lot of other things hard, and it gets better moves like Superpower and Ice Punch and all that fun stuff. But don't knock Slurpuff until you actually try it, because this thing is a freaking monster. Okay, it may look delicious, but it competitively in its own respective tier, it does pretty well. It does pretty well in my personal opinion, because like I said before, I've used one, Unburden, Citrus Berry. It gets the speed boost and Belly Drum. You get this +6 attack from Belly Drum. You use your berry, or use your Citrus Berry, so you gain your HP back a little bit, and then you double your speed because of the Unburden boost, and then you're basically just ready to sweep or ready to just destroy everything on the field. So that is why Slurpuff is on this top 5 list. So coming in at number 4 on this top 5 list is one of the older Pokemon that actually got retyped as fairy, Gardevoir. And I've always liked Gardevoir in 3rd gen. Like I don't know, I just love Gardevoir. I mean, it's a really good special attacker. It has nice special defense, and its speed is mediocre. And then not only that, but it gets a mega evolution where its speed gets a little bit faster. It's basically in the same position as Charizard. It's like Charizard has decent speed, and then when it mega evolves, it gets a base speed of like what, 100. And so Gardevoir is basically in that same boat, but obviously Charizard has access to Dragon Dance and then has 2 mega evolutions, so let's not count that. But when it comes to typing, Psychic Fairy is a very scary typing, to be completely honest. I mean, yeah, okay, Gardevoir does get what, 2 new weaknesses, being Poison and Steel, and then coupled with its already Dark and Ghost weaknesses. I mean, people probably wouldn't want to run Gardevoir, but in my opinion, Gardevoir does work. It does work. It does nice work. Not only that, but it does get access to moves like I do believe it gets Wish. I don't think I've ever seen people use Wish Gardevoir, but I think it does get access to Wish. So you can run like a specially defensive Gardevoir that is more of a support Gardevoir rather than an attacking Gardevoir. Or if you just want to be that guy running attacking Gardevoir, then go for it. I mean, I do. I love it. It gets access to Hyper Voice via Move Tutor in Black and White 2. It gets the ability Pixelate when it Mega Evolves. It gets Trace and Synchronize, I do believe, as normal abilities, which are great abilities depending on what you actually switch in on. And whatever happens, you know. And plus, it's actually the better counterpart from Gallade because of its fairy typing. It can completely body Gallade, and I think that's funny. So coming in at number 3 on this top 5 list is Florges, or Florges, however you guys want to say it, because I'm not necessarily sure how you would say it, but I do believe it's Florges because, I mean, it's a flower, it's supposed to be gorgeous, florist, gorgeous, I don't know. But Florges is my UU crutch, and a lot of people know this. Every time I go into a UU battle, Florges is always on my team because I just cannot find a better special wall than Florges in UU, because this thing eats up special hits from basically anything. Like even a like a sludge wave, it can even take a sludge wave from a Nidoking, from like a sheer force Nidoking. Probably not well, but it's at least a 2-hit KO. And I mean, I think that's actually really nice. It gets moves like Moonblast, so you can actually try to lower their special attack. It gets Wish, it gets Protect, it gets Aromatherapy. Basically, Florges is a really good specially defensive wall. And then not only that, but you don't even have to invest anything in its special defense. That's the funny thing. You can just invest it all in defense because its defense is complete ass. So you can just invest it in defense so it can take physical hits somewhat decently, and then just pour everything else into HP, and then you basically have a really nice wall, especially in UU, because I mean, UU is essentially stall, and Florges is a really good Pokemon to stall with. And you probably wouldn't, and honestly, to be honest, you wouldn't want to be on the side, you wouldn't want to face Florges in the battle, that's all. Unless you have like a Gunk Shot Bayonet like fucking Shady. Damn it, Shady! I hate you. So coming in at number 2 on this top 5 list, it's Wigglytuff. And Wigglytuff is on this list because at first I really didn't too much care about Wigglytuff, but then I did my Sacred Gold Egglock, which I got Gigglepuff the Igglybuff, and I kid you not, that Wigglytuff literally carried me through the entire game. That Wigglytuff did not die at all. Even when I was at the Elite Four and it got critted by like a Brave Bird Crobat, I think it lit with like 4 HP, and I was like, Gigglepuff! This thing is so bulky, and now it gets the added typing of Fairy, and then it gets the ability Competitive, which basically acts like a special attack Defiant, where if you lower its stats, then its special attack goes up by 2 stages, and then it gets moves like Dazzling Gleam and Hyper Voice. So then when it comes to double battles, it can hit basically your the opponent's side of the field and do massive damage. That is freaking amazing. Okay, so Gen 6 made Wigglytuff so much better, I mean Wigglytuff is just fucking amazing. And then it loses its weakness to fighting, but gains two new weaknesses of Poison and Steel, which, I mean, I guess that kind of sucks, but at the same time though, you know, I don't know, Wigglytuff is just it's a tanky Pokemon. It's really tanky. By the way, I just caught my own mistake. I sat there and said Gardevoir was weak to dark, wasn't it? Gardevoir is not weak to dark anymore. And coming in at number 1 on this top 5 list is Sylveon. And Sylveon is on this list because legit Sylveon is the better Florges in my personal opinion, because it gets access to Hyper Voice via Move Tutor, like I said. Well, I didn't say it actually, but it's basically kind of like Gardevoir. It gets Hyper Voice, and then it gets the ability Pixelate, and Hyper Voice hits through substitutes. And then not only that, but Sylveon just takes hits for days. Like, oh my gosh, like, you guys don't understand. You guys do not understand. Until you use a Sylveon, you won't know the power of Sylveon unless you've actually been on the opposite end of a Sylveon. Sylveon is just a complete monster. To be completely honest with you, I honestly think this is probably the best evolution out of the entire evolution line. Like I said, this is my full opinion, but I mean, I just feel like it's the best evolution, because let's just think about it for a second. Vaporeon basically does what Sylveon does as well. but Sylveon just has the immunity to dragon, and it just hits dragons and dark type Pokemon for days, and it just swallows hits. Vaporeon can do the same thing, but I just feel like Sylveon is just generally a little bit better. That's just me though, that's just me. And then Sylveon can bop Jolteon, can bop Umbreon, can bop Glaceon, bop Leafeon, possibly, maybe. Flareon, it can't really do anything to because Flareon resists Sylveon's stab, which kind of sucks. But in terms of the evolutions, I think Sylveon is definitely at the top. And then it has a great special attack stat, great HP, great special defense. Physical defense kind of sucks, which is why you usually run max defense, max HP Sylveon instead of special defense, because it doesn't actually need the special defense. But I just love Sylveon competitively. I love its design as well. I like how it uses its feelers to basically like wrap itself around its trainer to protect it, because that's just, I don't know, I just love it. And I just like how it evolves with affection instead of like just like plain old friendship. So that's why Sylveon is on this top 5 list, and it's number 1. And that is going to be it for this top 5 list, you guys. So like I said before, this list is fully opinionated. So if you do not agree with my opinion, you don't need to agree with my opinion. As long as you respect it, I'll respect yours. And you can leave your own top 5 fairy type Pokemon down in the comment section below. But also do not forget to leave this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed. Let's see if we can smash 300 likes, because you guys always smash the like goal every time I set a like goal. Even when I increase the like goal, you guys just completely destroy the like goal. So I thank you guys so much for all of your support. I just thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for all the support on this top 5 series. And like I said before, do not forget to vote for next week's top 5. You have a choice between grass and water, so leave that down in the comment section below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I am out of here, you guys, because my voice is about to give out. So I will see you guys for next week's top 5. Peace.